Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We're playing a Pale Draconian Conjurer of Heplialcana. In the last episode, we tried to tackle Elf 3, and it didn't go very well. We got Abyssed, I think, right away. And normally, I feel like for a level 20 character, that's not a huge deal, but for this one, it just didn't go great. We spent a lot of resources and were in some danger of dying a couple of times. Not huge danger, except maybe once, I think, but definitely some danger. So I'm not excited to go back to the Abyss. Normally for a level 20 character, I feel like that's fine, but we're just not very strong. Looking at my stats, I noticed like 11 strength, 15 dex, and like I have 21 int, but I'm not really using it for anything. Most of my spells don't really care that much about spell powers. They're just... It's kind of going to waste. Maybe that's one reason I feel so weak. I don't know. At any rate, though, I was thinking, like, okay, so let's say we suppose that I don't want to be an elf because being abyssed is more dangerous, and also, like, you can't carve proper kill holes like I'm used to. So that's a problem. Maybe we should avoid elf 3. But I was looking at this list and, like... There's nothing here that feels a lot safer than Elf 3, honestly. Like, maybe Depths, maybe finish up Vaults 4 or something. But and then I was also thinking, like, okay, well, where are we getting our 3 runes? Spider, we have. Swamp, sure, we can do that, probably. Maybe not right now, but by the end of the game. But what about our 3rd rune? We don't really have any, like, corrosion resistance for slime. We don't have any magic resistance, also very important for slime. You know, we have one potion of resistance we could use for the royal jelly or something. But with no MR, like, you can run into some bad time in slime for sure. And clearly, Vaults 5 is not the place to be. Well, actually, with like Death Channel and stuff, if we can just get started, we might be able to tear up Vaults 5 now that I think about it. Death Channel and Simulacrum to like raffle stomp the floor, ideally. It's a little optimistic, but Abyss is obviously not so great either. That's what I should do. I should go memorize apportation while I still can, before I forget. Because if I'd had that involved in the Abyss, I would have felt a lot better about it. I didn't actually run into the rune, but I don't need to pick it up to memorize from it. But if I had, I would have liked to have apportation available, right? And that's all we need. And just drop all these books. I don't need Book of Life or the Fen Folio, really. Anyway, so actually maybe this might be a character to go to Vaults 5 with. Not the sort of typical blaster blow 'em up that Vaults 5 is good for. Or like the melee brawler who's so tough he can take on anything. But Necromancy is really good for sustain, and Vaults 5 provides you a lot of corpses right at the beginning, provided you can survive that. So that's something to think about. Maybe we'll be going to Vaults 5 this game. At any rate, though, I feel like I want to finish Elf. There's a lot of ways we could improve our equipment. And... Okay, so he's following me. We don't want to let him abyss us. Let's just duck in here. And actually, International can, like, stay in the way. Yeah. And, like, regen. Okay, can we get him now, please? These bolts of acid are pretty tough. Alright, but International took the brunt of that for us. And we got a potion of... What was that, might? That's good. We used up several of those in the Abyss. I'm happy to have more. So, like, basically all of these elves are putting up way more of a fight than I'm really happy with, compared to how things normally go for me when I feel comfortable visiting Elf 3. And we have to be very careful to pull monsters out in very small groups. Alright, there's a Demonologist. We definitely want him in a corridor. The Elementalist, of course, we would prefer to tackle not in a corridor. But You know, you can't always get what you want. Oh my gosh, come on, please. Let's cast a Bolt of Draining. Try to get this guy behind all of his stuff. And again, got him. Okay, at least he didn't summon anything really nasty, right? You know, normally what you worry about is Tormentors. And he summoned a 1, but it wasn't a 1 that is capable of Torment. We discovered while we were in the Abyss that actually Executioners are kind of a big deal anyway. International, will you come back here and get healed up? Okay, cool. That should help. I thought there was another one. Didn't 2 of them see us? Ooh, Scroll of Amnesia. Do I have any spells I don't need anymore? I'm not really using Conjure Flame anymore, I guess is the main one. Let's just do that. Capital B on Conjure Flame is F. That'll free up some spell levels. Okay, so we're just going to hang out here until something sees us. And then we'll pull it back. I'm not going to, like, shout, which is something that I have done in the past. It would attract more elves. When you have a kill hole to run back to, shouting seems a bit more appealing compared to when you just have this sort of like mediocre corridor to draw on for your combat. It's a lot more... I don't want to attract a bunch of elves. Just 1 at a time is plenty, please. Alright. So these guys are not such a big deal. Neither is the Reaper, really. Might as well idealize her and say, could you please attack the Demonologist? Good confuse. Good confuse, kiddo. You the real MVP. Let's rest up that MP before we get back in. Yeah, we'll hit him with a Bolt of Draining. That's actually a good opening salvo, kind of. As long as we don't stay out in the open. It's fine. Like, we get a little bit of extra damage on them, right? Uh-oh. This hurts a lot. Ozuku's armor as well? Or did we kill the Annihilator? I think he blinked away, right? Where is he? There's an Annihilator here as well as the Master Archer. There he is. Annihilator. Yeah, he blinked. Okay. Okay, well, he one-shot Internationale after she revived, I think is what happened there. But let's get some more dexterity. Yeah. But in the meantime, she tanked a whole Crystal Spear for us, so... And I believe she learned a thing? No, level 24, she gets a Quick Blade of Anti-Magic. Okay. Whoa, too many things! There is a Vampiric Trident. That's a new message, I think. That I've never noticed one phrased quite that way about... Actually, just getting warnings about vampiric weapons is new to me now that I think about it. Is that like a new default RC file setting or something? Alright, let's keep the regen up. Honestly, Death Channel is just not doing much in Elf 3's End Vault here. So I'm just going to continue tabbing them. My health looks fine. And eventually International gets off a Mass Confuse that simplifies things. Cool. Deep Elf Elementalist I would like to fight out in the open, but of course not inside the vault. Alright, here's a bunch of monsters, we'll pull them back. Blade Master is a bit serious. I'm gonna try not backing. Sorry, I gotta get used to having like. I'm still not so sure I'm happy with this mic. It has to be extremely close to my mouth in order to pick things up and sound good. Which is like fine, I can do that, but it means if I move a little bit, like my headset bumps the mic, is what happened just then. I don't know. I feel like there ought to be some place I can put it where that's not a problem, but I haven't figured out how to mount it like exactly right. Because it really wants... Anyway, whatever. You guys don't care, but you only care about the fact that now I'm some idiot who keeps bumping the mic. Oh wow, there goes International already. I was talking about not backing up so that I could get like a better 2-on-1 against these guys with International, but they just like they made a mess of her is what they did. Okay, well this seems like it calls for a bit of an expenditure of resources. Honestly, this might be one of the last chances to use a potion of invisibility. Blade Masters don't see invisible, and I think Master Archers don't either. Yeah, I think I'll go for that. Of course, he'll still be able to attack me, but like not as well. Ouch, Crystal Spear, huh? And maybe like, let's use up this lightning rod we've been carrying around for a while. This is just like too many elves for me to really feel comfortable fighting without like cheat mode active, basically. And even in cheat mode, it seems like they're taking an entire lightning rod to kill. But, you know, it worked. We did kill them all. Ow! Come on, you're not supposed to be able to see me, you jerk. Alright, well, he doesn't know where I am now. Alright, I'll just back off. Don't pick a fight. I am invisible, and I didn't want to waste that buff, but also I was quite low on health and didn't have International around. Okay, so we took out a couple more elves, but honestly, I feel like this whole video is just going to be like, yeah, well, we took out a couple more elves, but the combat is still hard. More or less indefinitely. Okay, we can get this guy, right? Like, he's just a high priest. Got him. Good. So, it's a bit harder with this, like, especially crummy kill hole, but I think that it's still the right approach, as opposed to just charging in there, which seems extremely dangerous. Oh, a fireball. That's very loud. We want to get out of there. Let's put on a ring of protection from cold for a minute, because I feel like this Deep Elf Elementalist, like one of the things he is definitely going to do is a freezing cloud, basically. Alright, well, it didn't happen, but... Oh, there's a Vampiric Trident here. Alright, well, let's jump up close here and tab it. Any more zombies? Yeah, sure. And they've widened this corridor for me. I'm not sure that that's good, but it's probably not bad either. Ugh. That's too many elves at once. That they all saw me. I'm not very happy about that. Alright, International, get your butt back here and get idealized. Alright, she's looking okay now. We have kind of a good position on these guys at the moment. Right, we have this sort of 3-on-1. Let's cast Azukua's armor. Nope, apparently we're miscasting it instead. That stinks. Okay, and like, I wish she would stop getting in the way, because she really makes things worse in a lot of different dimensions when she does that. We do less damage per second because we keep like hitting She keeps getting in the way. And also she's taking... Oh, geez, this is a nightmare. Okay. I have made a mistake. I'm going to blink out of here right now into the corner and immediately read a scroll of teleport before they find me. Hopefully not landing in the vault. But in case I do, let's quaff some heal wounds right now. Okay, we're fine. So that was a waste of a heal wounds, as it turns out. But the alternative of, like, if I had landed in here, I think that heal wounds could easily have been the difference that caused that like made the difference between living and dying. Oh, all right. Well, here we are in the abyss again. It would be nice to pick up the rune while I'm here. Make it easier to escape more quickly, and also just like have a third rune all figured out. But I don't know. I'm not going to go looking super hard for it. If I find an exit, I'll take it. Okay, Starcursed Mass is not a huge deal as long as you're proactive about dealing with them. Apparently she confused them? No, why are they... Yeah, she did. Fascinating. I don't know what happens when they're confused. Probably not much, actually. Why are they, like, still able to split so well when I'm constantly attacking them? Is it because I'm missing a lot? It must be, right? Maybe there's several of them here, actually. Like, several real, full Starcursed Masses. And they've... That's probably it, actually. Do I have any Holy Word? Would it even work? I don't know. I'm not very happy with this. They don't have any fire resistance, so a Lamp of Fire should help quite a bit, as would probably a Wand of Scattershot. You just want to be able to do like a little bit of damage to them on a turn to get them to like go away. All right, there's that. Get a regen up. Now dig out some Scattershot on these guys. Actually, maybe like this, just to make sure I hit 3 of them, ideally. Yeah, so that got several of them. But this is going way worse than my encounters with Starcursed Mass usually do. I feel like there's probably multiple real Starcursed Masses here. What can I do to continue causing these guys problems? Blink and then throw some Ice Blast at them? What other spells do I have? I think Blink and then Ice Blast is pretty good. It makes a lot of noise, but I really need to trim this problem down. Okay, now there's just 2 of them. That's much more manageable. But we're still at low health in the Abyss, so I'm going to summon like a Box of Beasts thing just to help out. Try not to stand in the fire, will ya? Yeah, he's standing in the fire. Okay. I think... Don't you dare kill me, you stupid large abomination. Ah! I had just made an area safe. And now we've got pulled into something else, which honestly looks like a very suspicious round shape. I would not be at all surprised if, like, the rune were over here somewhere. Which means that, you know, if... Oh, yeah, right. And there's a dormant Starcursed Mass. This is definitely a vault, and probably a rune vault. Which means it is extremely dangerous. How do I get out? There's a door, right? I could just try walking through the door. I think let's quaff a haste right now. Oh yes, of course, they're gonna grab me. Well, this is not working. All right, let's review my available options here. I'm inclined to like cast or quaff some heal wounds, but let's see if there's something better. Blinking maybe could help. Might have been nice to quaff Brilliance earlier, just so my regen would last a bit better. None of this other stuff seems very relevant. I think heal wounds is just the thing. I mean, I can also try walking northeast so I don't get grabbed by all these guys. I don't really understand tentacle move speed. Huh. I think if I quaff heal wounds here, I'm real like. What exactly is my long-term goal in this combat? To get out of it, right? How do I do that? What do I have to do in the short term to make that long term become possible? Like, I think a teleport is pretty good, but I don't know if I'm pretty sure I'm not in a position where I can afford to read a scroll of teleport right now. I want to reduce the amount of damage I'm taking per turn, and it's just a question of how do I do that. Walking away from them looks good, but doesn't really address the issue. Not quickly enough, anyway. I'm thinking like blinking just a couple squares to one of these two spots. I don't know if these guys can open doors, actually. Does it say? What if I were to look up, say, who's a monster who can use doors? A human, right? It doesn't say. And if I look up a jackal, it also doesn't say. All right. What I'm going to do is look up. Oh, who is it that does? I'm typing into my IRC window to ask the IRC bots about these monsters. Tell me about a tentacled star spawn, please. So it does have the ability to use doors. So getting in there and shutting the door is not going to completely resolve the problem for me. I was hoping I might find out that that's all I had to do, in which case I might be inclined to use a scroll of blinking to get in as fast as possible. Well, I could cast blink. That's something I could do. But we've already sort of determined that like what's over here is likely to be more dangerous than what's here. And this thing is still going to be able to shoot at me. On the other hand, if I don't cast blink now, I'm liable to get constricted soon, and it will be quite difficult to cast blink in the future. So it might be worth taking a chance and casting blink now to get me into a position where I can quaff heal wounds more safely soon. But again, on the other hand, like I've sort of come to the conclusion that most of the places I could blink to from here would be pretty dangerous. Yeah, like I don't know. These is what these walls are made of. Is that interesting to me? To like tell me whether this really is a vault? I don't know. Alright, I'm going to quaff a heal wounds. Where is that? Oh, yes. Alright. I have more health than I did last turn, but I'm constricted now. So let's read a teleport. That's my last one, I know. And quaff another heal wounds and blink. Okay, this is better-ish? I can use a Wand of Ice Blast on these guys to trim down this problem. And it doesn't seem like this was actually a rune vault. Unless the rune is right here. Alright, I'm constricted again. But I'm near the Star-Cursed Masses, which is sort of where I would like to be as far as... Oh my gosh, it pulled me away. Rude. Let's blink again. No, I mean, I guess I'm still in a fine spot. I can still attack Star-Cursed Masses. Alright, well maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Let's just quaff Curing. Yes. Again? And some Scatter Shot to trim down the Star-Cursed Masses again. Oh, that looks like a staircase, but it's not. It's the Star Spawn Tentacle segment kind of going like this. I don't really like this, using special glyphs for this stuff. I wish it had not been added. Okay, so it's not realistic to kill these Star Spawn Tentacles, so let's try blinking away again. That worked. Let's try to back around a corner. Oh my gosh, it is a rune. Where? Huh. Well, we're not exactly in a position where I can take risks. Right, we're in a very bad position short term. It would be nice to incorporate picking up this rune as part of our exit plan, because it will mean it's much easier to find abyss exits in the future. And if we do get banished again, clearly we will be in a bad spot, so I'd like to have the rune with me to make it be less bad. I don't know that I can really... So what I'm going to do is step northwest, which gets me out of view of the Star-Cursed Masses and Star Spawn Tentacles to the south, which is a great improvement on things. And then evaluate whether I can try to pick up the rune. Oh wow, the Star Spawn Tentacle is way down there, huh? So if I step west, he will lose sight of me, and this tentacle will stop making progress towards me. He'll have to retract it because he won't see me anymore. But there's another Star Spawn here, huh? And he's probably about to get into line of sight of me. I'm going to try apporting the rune here. Pick it up. Okay. Now, let's see. I want to trim down those guys over here again. And let's get my regen back up. And I need to blink. I'm surrounded by way too many melee monsters at the moment. So let's just cast blink. Fog, maybe? I think that would help. Oh yeah, that's great. Okay, let's quaff a potion of curing here. And cast Ozukubo's armor. Okay, the teleport went off. And we got the rune. We used up a lot of consumables. And so we're still in quite a dangerous position just being in the abyss. Let's quaff one brilliance right now to just get better regens, basically. Pick up this bread and eat it. And just get a move on. Try to find an exit. Or really, try to stay away from monsters. At this point, even finding an exit is not the safest thing in the world, because we'll be exiting into a bunch of dang elves, right? Actually, it was just that one, right? So maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Yeah, and we're doing pretty well on health now, finally. Ugh, mutations. Yeah, it would be nice to maybe get rid of that. I don't know. Don't like Rakshasas at all, generally. It's good to have International back, you know. Can't emphasize that enough. Okay, we killed the Nekasek. The Rakshasa is nearby. Now there's more star-cursed masses. Way up in the northwest, huh? Let's blink. Yeah, that got me in the right direction. Cool. That was the real Rakshasa even, so more progress made in terms of like trimming down the number of monsters trying to kill me. I don't like this apocalypse crab, but it's better than turning around and facing the a wall appeared. Fascinating. Let's blink out of the chaos clouds. And International, please come back and get healed. Okay. We seem to have lost the apocalypse crab, but I can't find a way out. Alright, let's try to kill the maelstrom, maybe? Well, it seems to have blinked me. Okay. Yeah, she's not doing very well in here, is she? Can we just take out the maelstrom? Yes. Oh my gosh, why am I still working on translocations? What a pile of junk. Let's just work on like our core survivability skills here. All of our translocations spells are at very, very reliable right now. There's no reason to be spending more experience on them. Ugh, I was hoping that those walls would have gone away. I remembered that it was walled in down there, but I hoped the abyss had shifted and moved them around. Okay, let's try to tab this thing while we still... Oh, nice confuse. Before it splits. What is going on in here? They're all focused on International. Well, okay, let's idealize her. Blink. That didn't help. Wow, nice kill, Apocalypse Crab. I was going to compliment International, and I mean, in a sense, of course, she is the one responsible for it, having confused the Apocalypse Crab. What the hell? Where's the... Give me my wand digging. I'm out of here. Alright, I'll walk away from the Starcursed Mass if that's alright with you guys. Lord. I just want out of this abyss, you know? I don't think the situation is serious enough yet anyway for a Potion of Might. I think we should be fine against a couple of Raiju. The main problem is the Starcursed Mass arriving from the north. I have 3 haste left. Let's use one just to run away faster. This is going nowhere. Blink? Dig? I don't know what to do. Alright, I've carved out kind of a little corridor here. Internationale is in terrible shape, and I don't think there's a lot I can do for her at this point. I'll just keep digging away. Try to escape while she's distracting them. And if we can haste run away from these guys, maybe that's good enough. Quaff some more brilliance. We have a lot. And in close quarters, we should be okay against just a tentacled star spawn. Oh my gosh, feel frail times 3. That's the worst. I wish I had like a wand of haste. Those don't exist anymore, of course, but they were extremely useful when they did. Okay, what am I even doing? Oh, really? I thought they had bad magic resistance. Well, let's blink away from him then. How fast is he? Not fast. Potion of Might, maybe? To take out the World Binder real quick. Okay. And the Abomination. Let's keep our regen going and just keep running. I feel like we should be about at the point where the Abyss... We've killed enough monsters to force an exit from the Abyss. I don't know that that's true, but I would like it to be true. Alright, whatever. I'm not turning around. Let's dig. We did it! An exit from the Abyss. Oh my god, buddy. I am so mad at you right now. Oh my word. I have 4 scrolls of Identify? Identify some Ice Blast, I guess. I don't know. Well, this is what they call the Abyssal Rune, sometimes jokingly the Elven Rune, because new players sort of sometimes are like, oh, the Elven Halls, I need some more runes. Let's go there. It should have a rune, right? Of course it doesn't. But you often end up getting a rune here anyway because you get Abyssed, right? That is what happened to us. So, I don't know. On the whole, I would say this has been a very bad episode for our character, but we did get a 3rd rune. So, well, 2nd rune. 3rd if you assume that we're eventually getting the spider or swamp rune. And I really have learned a healthy amount of fear for all the crap in this area. I don't know if I'm going to go back to this end vault or what. Like, ugh. I don't know. But that is all happening next episode. This was plenty of action for one episode. Thank you very much. I needed like a nap. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.